What's up guys, Nepenthes here and welcome back to another episode of the best team in FIFA. Today we've got a pretty unique team sent in from Benny Akinyemi. What a great name. Before we get into this team, if you could drop a thumbs up, I would really appreciate the support guys. Tough times here up on YouTube right now, so any extra support you feel like, you know, generating for me and for everybody else that you watch would be much appreciated by the YouTube collective, let me tell you. That aside, priority number one is giving you guys some entertaining content, which after 5 years, 6 years here now on YouTube, I can't believe, genuinely can't believe, I was having this discussion with a few of the boys the other day, can't believe I'm still here. Like, I didn't expect it to be this long. So thank you guys for that, because you keep me here. You legitimately keep me right here, like this chair. This is where you keep me. I was thinking for the best team in FIFA, if you don't know, you submit your version of the best team in FIFA to reddit.com/r/tbtif, where you can give me the team, the formation, the custom tactics, player instructions, any changes in game, substitutes, specific play styles, any in-game changes, any information on the team, anything you want. I was thinking what would be a nice little extra is if those of you that are on Xbox, when you submit your team, if you want to, also put your gamer tag in the post. So not like the mail, like the Reddit post, the thread. So I can add you as a friend and actually go in and look at your squad myself and look at the goals that you've scored with the players, the records you get, your weekend league rewards or results, sorry, things like that. If you don't want to show that kind of information, absolutely fine. But if you are like, yeah, let me show you what I can do, put your gamer tag in there too. Boom, we'll throw that on as well. Now, for Benny Akinyemi's squad, he says, "Hi Nep, I've used this team now for a few months and I normally finish Elite 3 or Elite 2 in FUT Champs. I genuinely think this team is perfect because in every position, every player is so strong. The only thing I don't like is Griezmann's physical, which is why I'll apply a gold physical training card." And then he gives us a Chem Stars. Now, you obviously know that he's got Griezmann in the team. However, he's shown me a bench of Higuain, Coutinho. He does have the 85 Coutinho on his bench, but I only have the 86 Coutinho in my club. Eric Bailly, Christian Tello, Anthony Martial, and then I've filled the bench up with a couple of bronzies myself. So as per usual, guys, we're going to start with the defence and the goalkeeper. Now, it's a goalkeeper that I used a lot last year because he had a team of the season that was very, very good in my opinion, and it's Jan Oblak. Very upgraded card this year compared to last. Very nice card. I believe he has the giant throw. I'm not overly sure on that one, but I haven't really played with him much this year, but I believe he has a giant throw. In at right back, we're going to be throwing an audible, and we're going to be putting in quite possibly one of the best right backs in the game by way of Serge Aurier. You're probably thinking, wait, one of the best right backs? He's just got a little bit of everything. High work rates is great, which is why I also love Marcos Alonso and Seamus Coleman. I think high work rates are really good. He's got good pace and good physical, like great pace and great physical for defenders, and very good defending. The problem with Aurier is you have to force him into teams, which isn't always the most ideal situation. The first centre-back is a guy who I, again, used last... Didn't he get... Yeah, Titties. He got a team of the season last year whilst in the French league. And then the other centre-back is going to be another Frenchman from La Liga. And that is going to be Raphael Varane. And then our left-back to complete a team that doesn't have Chris Smalling in is going to be Gael Clichy. So this is the defence, guys, and you're probably looking at this defence thinking, wow, you're right, this actually might well be a pretty unique team. It's a defence that has 3 leagues, 3 nations, including the goalkeeper, and some players that you don't often see in FUT Champs, no less, when our OP is suggesting that he makes it to Elite 3 or Elite 2 every week. You don't really see this very often. So by way of Chem Styles, he's gone for Anchor, and interestingly Gladiator on Serge Aurier. And there is a theme with his Chem Styles that I think we'll talk about when we've shown the whole team. But he's got Gladiator on Serge Aurier. He went for Shield on Jan Oblak. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of Glove, but Oblak has really good handling and really good positioning. So to give him shield boosts his reflexes, speed and kicking. And that again, it will be in line with how the Chem Styles work. How I think OP has put the Chem Styles in anyway. But that's the defence there, guys. And standard defence instructions. Stay back while attacking on everybody. everything else set to default. Now the midfield, we'll go for the three centre mid / CDM first. First up, guys, we have got N'Golo Kante. However, we don't have the upgraded version. We are using the regular version of Kante. In at CDM, guys, we've got a fan favourite of mine from years gone past. I don't use this year. I've really gone away from leagues outside the EPL this year because of all the special cards. I don't really experiment. Like last year, it was mainly La Liga with some Bundesliga. FIFA 15, it was mainly Bundesliga with some Calcio A and some La Liga. FIFA 14, it was mainly Calcio A with some EPL. FIFA 13 was an EPL full squad. But FIFA 17, for me personally, has revolved all the way back around to the EPL just because of the special cards that we get out of the SBCs. The last midfielder, guys, is someone who I was quite interested in because I've never used him ever in any FIFA, and that's Verratti. And one of the reasons why I've never used him is just because he's really, really short. However, high work rates, 4-star, 4-star, very high defending stat. I'd be interested to take a look at his in-game stats. And his card, for me personally, is actually really bad. He's got bad pace, bad shooting, bad physical, not bad defending, pretty poor passing for a centre mid, and an 87 dribbling. Now, for a guy who is 85 rated, he has one attribute, one card stat, should we say, over 85. You wouldn't, if this was a 74 rated card, you wouldn't actually be surprised. I don't know how he's 85 rated, honestly, but this is a midfield, guys. We've got Architect on Verratti. We've got Engine on Blaise Matuidi, and we have got Maestro, which is an interesting choice for Kante. But that is the midfield there. Some very nice midfielders in there. And then for the work rates, or for the player instructions, should I say, Matuidi is on stay back while attacking and cut passing lanes. Kante is on stay back while attacking, and Verratti wasn't touched. So just to show you guys, so Kante, we've got stay back while attacking, everything else default, and Matuidi is cut passing lanes and stay back while attacking, and Verratti, as you can see, is on default. So quite an interesting midfield there, very physical by way of Matuidi and Kante. Very small, actually, like Kante coming in at 5'7", Verratti at 5'5", and Matuidi at 5'9". However, they've all got high defensive work rates. So yeah, two of them have also got high attacking work rates, but very strong defensive unit in the team there. Then we move up to the attack, guys, and first of all, we're going to be putting in Kevin Gameiro SBC. If you don't have the SBC version, you can just use the Inform version. If you don't have the Inform version, I guess any Frenchman that you can put here would be pretty decent, but he does need some links from some of the other players in the team. So I would recommend using the 83 Gameiro. As a cam, I think it'll be pretty fun. Again, another short player coming in at 5'8", 3-star, 3-star, but he's got a well-rounded card, decent physical, good shooting and dribbling, nice pace and passing for a cam. Pretty decent for him. We've also got Antoine Griezmann, who of course gives the perfect link into Gameiro there, and is one of the reasons why Gameiro is in at cam. And of course, every game that we're going to be playing today, we are going to be putting on a physical attribute card, a gold physical attribute card, because that's what OP does, because it doesn't like the physical or the stamina of Griezmann. So we throw that on. It takes him up to 89 physical, which makes his card look literally ridiculous. Like, it looks very good, not going to lie. And then the last player in the team, guys, is going to be another SBC player by way of Alexandre Lacazette. Now, if you can't get the blue Lacazette, maybe you can get the Inform if you've got the coins available. If not, just get the gold version. Again, you can use him instead just to replace these players. So this is the starting lineup, guys. And then he says for Gameiro is come back on defense and stay on the edge of box for crosses. Again, just really focusing on the defense of this team. If we look at player instructions, again, I've got that come back on defense and stay on the edge of the box for crosses. For Griezmann, we have got stay central, getting behind and press back line. And for Lacazette, stay central, getting behind and press back line. Those are the attackers. Now, he says custom tactics have got build-up play, speed at 85, passing at 65, organised chance creation, organised positioning. Then for chance creation, passing 65, crossing 45, shooting 75, organised again. And then on defence, we've got 40 pressure, 90 aggression, and 45 team width with cover. Depending on how I'm doing in the 60th minute, I'll drop Lacazette to right centre mid and take Verratti off for Teo and put him at right striker. Drop Griezmann to cam, take Gamero off and put Martial left striker. And then depending on who's tired most where, I either put in Bailey in defence or Coutinho in the midfield. So I don't know why Higuain is on the bench, doesn't seem to get any game time. But this is the team that we're going to be using. Now, I will say for the Chem Styles guys, it looks like what OP has tried to do is boost the stats that are lacking to try and make it a more complete team. When you look at Aurier, his defending and his shooting are some of the lowest stats, and that's what he's boosting. Obviously, for a defender, you want to boost defending. We've got Anchor on all the other defenders, but for example, for Matuidi, already got high defending and physical, so he's boosting his pace, passing, and dribbling. For Kante, he's already got high pace, defending, and physical, so he's boosting his shooting, passing, and dribbling. For Verratti, as I said before, he hasn't really got high in any stats, so for some reason he's boosting his passing and physical. For Gamero, he's boosting his pace and shooting. He's already got good passing, good dribbling as well, so for a cam, the pace and shooting is quite nice. For Griezmann, he gives him marksman more boost on physical, more boost on dribbling, more boost on shooting, and he's happy with that 86 pace. And Lacazette the same, happy with the 88 pace. So not too much focus on pace in this team. It's not the most rapid of teams that we're going to use, but I think it may well be one of the most physically clinical teams that we might use, because he's got boosted stats in very clever areas that could either be very, very interesting and help us because it's bringing the team up as a more rounded unit, or it could hurt us because we're not accelerating the stats that are already good on these players. There's only one way to find that out, guys. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay guys, so as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 181, quite an interesting team. Player of the month Kane, in-form Lallana, and the in-form 87 rated Benteke. Then he's got Paul Pogba, Kante, Bailly, Smalling, a meta defence, and Musa up front. It was a team where I was like, wow, that team's like really, really good, apart from Musa up front. And I know a lot of people like, they love or hate Musa for whatever reason. Some people love Musa because he's quick and he's been a pain in many people's backsides during Weekend League. But for me, I've never really enjoyed him or thought that he was all that. So I don't really care to come up against Musa. You know, his finishing isn't the best. If you're able to contain his speed, he doesn't really have much about him. And we was able to do that, and we scored our first goal with Lacazette. Now, in terms of value of this team, guys, on Xbox One, it's 150,000 coins. On PlayStation, it's 215,000 coins. Now, of course, bear in mind that that doesn't encompass Lacazette and Gamero blue cards. So if you need Lacazette's inform or man of the match, or if you need Gamero's inform, it's going to be way more expensive. And if you don't have these cards at all, you can get their regular gold cards, which will be relatively cheap. But if you've already got these cards, of course, although they have no sale value, they do have value. They cost you coins. So the true value of this team will be dependent on what you paid for Gamero and Lacazette and what you got back from the Lacazette SBC. Because Gamero was you traded in something and you got Gamero and that was it. But for Lacazette, it was you trading in players and teams for Lacazette, getting packs and rewards back. So you might have actually made profit on one of them. The most expensive player in the team, of course, is Antoine Griezmann, coming in at about 100,000 coins on Xbox. Matuidi 10k, Oblak 15k. Oblak's price will come down once the FUT birthday is finished and the high rated players are not needed for those special cards. So many of you may have already actually purchased Oblak back when he was 6,000 or 7,000 coins, so you know that would be a nice save there. And then the rest of the team is really, really cheap. Kante 8k, Verratti 8k, Verratti again only that expensive because of FUT birthday stuff. Every other player after that is like 1, 2, 3 or 4k. Like it's a really affordable team, especially this late in FIFA. Like if you haven't got 150k on Xbox, or if you haven't got the 215k on PlayStation, you've either just started FIFA in the last week or so, or you've done it wrong the whole year. Because to generate this many coins, even if you don't play FUT Champs, to generate this many coins, it's not difficult. It really isn't. How did the team play? I liked it. I'm not going to lie, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the front trio of Gamero, Lacazette and Griezmann. I mostly enjoyed Lacazette and Griezmann. I thought Griezmann was fantastic. I know last year he was a fan favourite of the pros, and this year not so much. This year it's more George Best that they tend to take for that Griezmann role. But he was great. His finishing was incredible. He got 4 goals and 3 assists in 4 games. You know, his positioning was very good. And I don't know if I enjoyed him so much because we had that physical attribute card on him every game, or if just because he's that good. I haven't used him this year. I didn't use him last year. He just never really was a player that I went for. You know, instead of Griezmann, I went for Bale or for Ronaldo or Suarez or Messi. Never really had the opportunity to put Griezmann into a team last year. And again, this year, as I explained earlier on in the video, I've gone such heavy EPL this year that I've just never really had Griezmann in the team. So it was fun to play with him. It was a nice change. And although this team is relatively cheap by any circumstance, it's no wonder why OP continues to use this team in his FUT Champs runs, and it's no wonder why he gets the Elite 3, Elite 2 stages, because this team is great. Umtiti is a guy that I was interested in. I thought he might be maybe a weak link with that low physical, but he was very good. High work rate is interesting for a centre-back, but I didn't notice him out of position, ever. His pace is good, his defending is good. With the anchor card, everything gets boosted up nicely, but he's got something that not many centre-backs have, and that's a really good set for dribbling and passing. He's actually got a card that is better in most aspects than Verratti, who's 85 rated, and of course Umtiti is only 82 rated. So Umtiti was very good. Varane has been a card I've actually enjoyed a lot this year. It's weird because physical on defenders are only important if you come up against physical strikers. Like if you come up against a Lukaku or Benteke, it's good then to have defenders that have high physicals. But if you come up against the pace merchants, it's not really that relevant because as long as you've got more strength, you're in a good spot. So Varane with 77 pace and 85 defending, and Umtiti with 75 pace and 82 defending with the Anchor Chem style, they got boosted to really nice areas and were really good. Gael Clichy has always been a left back that I've enjoyed this year. I think because of his medium work rates, it makes him a little bit different to a lot of fullbacks because he just doesn't bomb up the field, and especially with stay back while attacking, kind of gives him an extra little edge there that not many other fullbacks have. The midfield, having Matuidi in that CDM spot was brilliant. You know, 79 pace and 83 defending, 84 physical on a central defensive midfielder. Fantastic. Kante was very good. Verratti, for his lack of attributes on face card stats, I don't know what the in-game stats are. It'd be interesting to take a look at. But Verratti was very nice. I would be interested to maybe swap out Verratti for Pastore and see how that goes, just for a change, you know what I mean? Just to see if Pastore offers anything more than Verratti does. And then the attack was phenomenal. We ended up winning our first 3 games very comfortably, getting 2 rage quits, and a very comfortable 2-0 win in the next round. I had less possession here. My opponent was literally just passing around his back line at 1-0 down, at 2-0 down. He was just passing around the defence, waiting to draw me out, and then hit me on the counter and took a long shot, and it didn't really make a difference to me because I was 2-0 up. So if, you know, for as long as he wanted to pass it around, I was happy for him to have the ball. I still managed to generate 13 shots, 12 on target. I could only score 2 of them, and in the final game for the day, we came up against 2 goals, 1 Klopp. He's got a nice team, Heung-min Son, Sergio Aguero, the 4-3-1-2, which is quite a popular formation right now. It seems to be coming back into the fray. A really good midfield of Harry Kane, Paul Pogba and N'Golo Kante, and this was the start of this game was quite unfortunate for me. You'll see here he's got the ball for Kane, he plays it into Aguero. I get the block in with Varane, and it just falls straight back to Aguero, and he hits the shot and scores. So not a lot I could do about that. I defended it quite well. I got into the right positions. I then gave away a free kick for I don't know what here. I couldn't figure it out. I know the free kick was on the halfway line, but I went and watched back the replay. The tackle on the halfway line isn't where the free kick was given. The challenge where the free kick was given was just both players shoulder barging to a loose ball. So I don't know how he got the free kick. So I found myself 2-0 down after like 7 or 8 minutes. Very unfortunately, you know, literally like a little bit of unfortunate circumstances, but I was working hard in this game and we eventually got a goal back with Lacazette. His finishing is so good. His 88 card, his 87 card has been one of my favourite strikers in the game since the start of the game when we was able to pick him up. I've really enjoyed him, and he ended up getting a second goal as well in the mid 80th minute to pull us back to 2-2, which was very nice. It was a draw that was hard to swallow because my opponent really didn't create much other than in those first 7 minutes where he got the 2 goals. He didn't have many opportunities. I created a lot of chances, a lot of good goal scoring opportunities. I was just a whisker away from scoring. It really was a game where I was battling against the elements. You know, it seemed like all the luck was going against me and for my opponent, and I still managed to grind out a 2-2 draw. You can see there Griezmann had 6 shots and only 3 on target. He missed 3 one-on-ones I should have shown them in the game really, but you can see there 17 shots, 9 on target only, which is bad anyway. But they're all from very much the edge of the box or just inside the box. I let myself down there. That should have been a win. We got 3 wins and a draw with this team. If this was FUT Champs and I went into extra time, I have no question about it that I probably would have gone on to win that game. So in terms of FUT Champs, I can see why this gets you to Elite 3 or Elite 2 because it's just a very well balanced team. The only changes I would possibly make would be Verratti coming off. And that's actually it. Maybe upgrade Kante. Like, that's it. Like, the team is very, very clean. It's meta. It works well. It's very well balanced. You've got great everything throughout. Can't say no more. I absolutely rate this team. I think if you've got the capabilities to use this team and you're not using this team and you're struggling in FIFA to find a good team that works for you in daily knockouts, in divisions, in FUT Champs, give this a shot. It's fantastic. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.